Hi, my name is Jake Thompson. Thank you for joining me this week on another edition of the Weekly Fumble, where I will bring you the top 4 college football games of Week 11. Let's get it started. Number 2, Alabama visiting number 16, Mississippi State. This is going to be a huge game in the SEC. With Alabama coming in on the road, it's going to be a tough place to play at Stark Vegas. It always is. Now listen, is Mississippi State going to come in here and just overpower Alabama? No, not at all. Is Alabama going to come in here and overpower Mississippi State? No, not at all. It's going to be a close game. It's going to be a physical game. But I think the physicality of the Alabama Crimson Tide will win the football game for them. And I think Alabama comes in here with a chip on their shoulder and they beat the Mississippi State Bulldogs in Stark Vegas. It's going to be a great one. I think Alabama wins by 3. Now the next game, number 5, Oklahoma visits number 6, TCU. This is going to be a huge game in the Big 12. Now listen, Oklahoma, they've got to play defense. As we saw last week, they gave up 38 points in the first half against Oklahoma State on the road, so that concerns me. Coming into the TCU game, TCU knows how to play a little bit of defense. They know how the schemes of Baker Mayfield, and they're saying, hey, listen, we can beat you. And I think that TCU, with that defense that they have in the Big 12, I think they are one step ahead of Baker Mayfield, and I think that they get the job done. And I like TCU to win over Oklahoma. Now the next game, number 1 Georgia visits number 10 Auburn. This is going to be a huge game in the SEC. Playoff implications are involved in this game. It is going to be one heck of a game, one heck of a day in Auburn, Alabama. And listen, a guy that we haven't had on the show all year long finally shows up in Week 11. It's Dick Valhoon. Dick, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Jake. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Hey, how have you enjoyed this 10 weeks or so of the college football season?
Hey, this time right now, this is when it really gets big. This is where every game matters right here. I'm just enjoying the heck out of it.
Yeah, and Dick, I agree. But let me ask you, first and foremost, Georgia and Auburn, what do you think the winner of this football game has to do to win the football game?
I think the winner of this football game is going to have to play some defense.
Yeah, I agree, Dick. And listen, both of these teams know how to play defense. I think Georgia has a better defensive squad. I think Georgia comes in here, and I think they win the football game on the road to stay undefeated. Dick, who you got?
I believe that Georgia's defense is just too good and too athletic for Auburn. I believe they're going to be able to stop Auburn's running game, and they're going to force Auburn to throw the ball.
Yeah.
I believe Georgia will be blitzing Stidham, and I just think Georgia's going to come out on top on this game. It'll be close, but I think Georgia's going to come out on top.
I agree, Dick. I agree. I think Georgia wins on the road. I think it's going to be like a 23-17 game, but we'll see in Auburn when that game gets underway. It's at 3:30 on CBS, so the Georgia-Auburn game is Saturday. Now the next game, this is a huge game, a big game. The biggest game of them all. The two teams have not been ranked in the top 10 and played each other since 1989. Dick, I got to ask you, number 3 Notre Dame visiting number 7 Miami. Is this the biggest game in Florida tomorrow?
This is the big game for tomorrow.
It's a huge game all over the country, not just in Florida, but all over the country. And I think that Notre Dame, listen, they might have the best offensive line in the country. And I think they're going to come in here in Miami, and I believe that the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the most physical team in college football, I think they come in here and beat Miami outright. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I don't think Miami is going to just lay down. I think Miami is going to play a really good game. But at the end, I think Notre Dame's physicality, Notre Dame's endurance, Notre Dame's Brandon Wimbush and Josh Adams, I think they are great pieces to the Notre Dame team, and I think Notre Dame beats the Miami Hurricanes. Dick, what do you say?
Well, Notre Dame, no doubt, is the best team that Miami has played all year. They do have the best offensive line in the country, but just wait a minute. Miami, they're no slouch. I'm telling you, I'm picking Miami for the upset.
Wow, Dick, you're going with Miami. That is crazy.
Oh,
But we will see. Hey, Dick, I appreciate you joining me this week on this show. We have to get you on more often.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right, thank you. That's it for this show. Thank you for joining me. I'm Jake Thompson. Salute.